Hi guys, so this is an excerpt from a Merriam Style Club video, and I will leave a link down below to Club if you're interested in joining. If you're completely new here, then I will leave a link or some links down below so that you can learn about the body types that I'm talking about. And if you are still confused about your body type or your color type, I offer typing services through my website, so I'll leave some links to that as well. Okay, let's get into the excerpt. Okay, so let's take a look at the first ring. So the first ring is kind of cute, kind of interesting. I would say it's probably for mixed taut. And the reason why I say mixed taut is because mixed taut can handle the chunky jewelry and the chunky shapes, and this is pretty chunky, and at the same time it's also colorful and bright, which is a mixed element, so that's for mixed taut. The next round of rings, these are probably also primarily for mixed taut, and some of them, like the bottom one with the little butterflies, could be for mixed soft also. So for your reference, you guys, so mixed taut is the closest is flamboyant gamine, and mixed soft is soft gamine, or the closest is soft gamine. So you can see that, you know, the shapes of these rings, the top four, I would say, would be for mixed taut, and the bottom one would be for mixed soft. Okay, so the next one. This one I would say would work really well for mixed taut again, or beveled firm. And beveled firm, the closest type is flamboyant natural. So the reason for this is, of course, because it has that texture and it's also chunky. So in terms of beveled, we really want to be seeing chunky shapes, chunky, sort of heavy jewelry. We don't want something that would sort of blow away in the wind. You know, we want something that has visual weight. And so this ring has some visual weight to it, and it also has that textured look, which is going to be really nice on beveled firm. Okay, so this one. This, I would say, would be pretty nice maybe on beveled soft, or maybe on sharpened soft, so soft natural or soft dramatic. Both would look pretty glamorous. You know, the one on the right would look pretty glamorous on soft natural. I think it's more for soft dramatic, but the one on the left, of course, either soft dramatic or soft natural could do them. This one is the same thing. So this actually, now looking at it, you know, with the person holding it like that, I would say that it's probably for even like maybe rounded could do this because it looks really sparkly. So maybe rounded can do that too. And so for rounded, what we're looking for, rounded is the closest is romantic. So we're talking about rounded, we're talking about rounded mixed, theatrical romantic, you know. And so what we're looking for in that case is for the ring to look sort of lightweight, sort of sparkle can look lightweight. So even though this ring is more chunky, because it has sparkle, it's going to look more diffuse. It's going to look more light in terms of its visual weight. So that's why I would say this would also work maybe for rounded. And at the same time, you know, I can see it would look kind of like fun on rounded. You know, it wouldn't look exactly just right on rounded, but it would look kind of fun. It's something that it's sort of like rounded goes mixed, right? Like romantic goes gamine type of thing, where, you know, they can wear it and it would look a bit more fun on them, maybe a bit more sort of playful. But also I think mixed taut could wear this because it's a bit more chunky, and mixed taut could wear it too for that reason. I wouldn't recommend it for sharpened or beveled firm or blended, because, you know, between the chunkiness and the sparkles, it can be sort of a tricky ring. So maybe it would work for sharpened soft too. It would look pretty dainty on sharpened soft and pretty bulky on rounded, you know, but I think it could work maybe on both. Okay, this one. This one, I would say it would probably work on even blended, you know, even blended sharpened, so classic, dramatic classic, it would work on both. It would also work on mixed taut, depending sort of on how how bulky it actually is, you know, depending on how bulky it actually is. So it does look like, I wouldn't recommend this for like blended soft or rounded, obviously, but even, you know, it's pretty much a blended type of ring. Like, I know it has that logo on it, which adds some detailing, but still, the logo is the same color as the ring. I don't think that it's that distracting necessarily. I mean, it's a tiny bit distracting. It's like a little bit distracting, but it's not that much. So I still say blended could wear this. So that means that beveled could wear it too, you know, because for jewelry, if beveled wears blended jewelry, for rings especially, it's different if you have earrings, because earrings are right near the face, so you really want to get those right earrings. But with rings, you know, you can wear, like beveled could wear blended, and it would look just fine. Even sharpened could wear this too. I just wouldn't recommend it for a rounded mix. I wouldn't recommend it for blended soft. So I wouldn't recommend it for soft classic, theatrical romantic, or romantic. So here we have a really dainty looking ring. So this is for blended soft, for rounded mixed, and for rounded. And here we have all these dainty looking rings. Oh, well, the one on the right is not very dainty looking. But the ones on the top, the three top ones, you see, the three top ones are going to be really pretty on rounded. They're just going to be so pretty on rounded. Rounded and rounded mixed. So romantic and theatrical romantic. And then the next three are going to look good on mixed taut, because they have that visual weight, but they're still sort of animated. And they're a bit more chunky, and mixed taut does well with chunky jewelry. So, oh, this one, same thing, rounded mixed, because it's so dainty and intricate and small, and it has the sparkles, so these are all rounded elements. And so what is the next one here? So this one, I would say for beveled, you know, I can see a lot of types wearing this, so I can see beveled wearing this. And the thing is that it depends on sort of how you style it. Like if beveled wears this, it would look pretty elegant, you know, beveled firm maybe, beveled soft. And if sharpened soft or sharpened wears this, because it also has some smooth elements to it as well, you know, it doesn't look overly textured or anything like that. So, you know, sharpened soft could wear this too. And you can see sort of what I'm doing here is that the ring is a bit more chunky, right? So if you have bigger bones, you want to have bigger rings, bigger accessories. So bigger shapes. If you have bigger bones, you have bigger shapes. So beveled and sharpened have bigger bones in the sense that they have longer bones. So that's why we are sort of going for jewelry that looks more substantial, because if sharpened soft or beveled wears something like this, it's just going to completely disappear on them. It's not really going to look right. It's going to look kind of disconnected or like an afterthought. But something like this on beveled or sharpened is going to look just right on them. So on beveled, it's going to look a bit more elegant, a bit more sophisticated, and on sharpened and sharpened soft, it's going to look a bit more casual, like maybe a fun sort of item that they would wear type of a thing. So that's sort of how it would differ, because remember that sharpened lines are cleaner and sort of sleeker and cleaner than beveled lines. Beveled lines are more textured, irregular, oversized lines, irregular shapes, things like that, but still chunky and larger in shape. And then sharpened lines are going to be more sleek, geometric types of lines and smooth textures. But they have that in common, that they're both sort of longer lines, more substantial lines. So one item of jewelry they can both wear sometimes, like this one, but it's going to look different on them. It'll have a different effect, but they can both wear it and still look good and not sort of disconnected from the piece. So this. Okay, well, it's labeled delicate. Madewell Delicate Collection Demi-Fine Skinny Ring Set. Well, if they're saying, yeah, it looks pretty skinny. I would say mixed, soft. You guys would have thought, right, that I would say rounded or rounded mixed. It wouldn't be the end of the world if rounded mixed wore this. I just think that the irregular shape of this, maybe you don't want to wear that as rounded or rounded mixed. Now, of course, if you did, it would look fine because it's delicate, it's dainty, it's small, but mixed soft, so soft gamine would probably be better off with this ring set than rounded or rounded mixed. This one I would say probably beveled, because it has that texture, that texture to it, or mixed taut. So beveled or mixed taut, this would look really good. And then on blended, I think it would look messy. It would look kind of a messy ring, kind of out of place maybe on any kind of blended type, but on beveled it would look just right. It's got that antique type of finish maybe. Maybe it's just the photo, but it just looks a little bit more textured, right? And the gold accent, it adds a bit more of that like mix and match type of feel. So either mixed taut or beveled firm or beveled soft would all look pretty good in this. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this excerpt. Leave some comments down below and let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in club, then I'll leave a link down below on some information on how you can join, and definitely leave me some comments and some video suggestions, and I will talk to you next time. Okay,